Right now in SEO, there's a whole lot of confusions around listicles. Should you write them? Are they outdated? Do they still rank? Do they still convert? Is Google penalizing them? There's just so many questions around. And for us, the answer to most of this is a yes, positively, of course. Absolutely, when they are done well. So, should you write listicles? Yes. Are they outdated? No. Do they still rank? Yes. Do they still convert? Yes. So at Breaking B2B, listicles are still one of our favorite content formats for capturing bottom funnel demand because they line up really well with how people actually search when they are close to making a purchase. The issue is most people judge the format based on badly written examples. So many people in the industry just basically call them spam. So in this quick walkthrough, I'm just going to show you what our listicles look like in practice, how we think about structure, and how we actually make them work. And I'm going to be using one of our clients, Fiblar, as an example, ranking top 5 for a keyword B2B attribution software, which is like a big money keyword for them. So the way we think about these listicles is pretty simple. Every product has a USP, something it does better or something it does differently. So these guides are really just a way to make that clear in the context of the market. We are not trying to bash competitors, but we're trying to show where each tool fits, who it is best for, and where it might fall short. So instead of forcing a winner, we help buyers figure out what's actually right for them. So in terms of structure, we follow a pretty consistent format that tends to rank well. We usually start with a quick summary and the comparison table of the top 3 tools, usually highlighting the top 3 tools straight away. That helps the user get an answer really quick, which is good for UX. I mean. Then we explain why the category actually matters, so they understand the problem space and what to look out for. We also add this section called "Why Trust Us." This is good for social proof, basically why are we an authority to speak on this particular topic. This is just a social proofing section for the clients, which also helps. Then we go over to the list of the tools, of course, with the comparison table. Then we give a balanced view of each tool, starting with the description, the key features, the pricing for each tools, the pros and the cons. So where possible, we try to test these tools ourselves. And if we can't, we go deep into reviews and actual customer feedback. So we're not just repeating what the brand says about themselves. We are reflecting real life experience. So after the list, we also have this section, just a sec. Basically, that concludes the entire thing and basically just pitches the clients too. So this is not just an SEO play. There's a lot of intentional work that goes into this. We delve deep into each tool. We look at what customers are saying about them, what previous users are saying on G2 or Capterra. As you can see, we have a section called ratings. So we go into their research, the positioning, the structuring, just making sure it is genuinely helpful for someone trying to make a decision. And that's usually why you see our listicles perform well over time, both in ranking and in conversion. So if I have to leave you with one thing here, it is don't avoid listicles, just avoid lazy ones. If you treat them like real buying guides and like marketing assets, not just content for the sake of content, they still work incredibly well. Thank you for listening. Bye.